Hey guys, this is Lex from 5-Star Films. I just wanted to do a tutorial on how I make my GTA 5/FiveM animations and how I make poses. I've been asked a few times actually to make a tutorial on this, so I'll go ahead and get started with this. Now in the description, I'm going to have a link to this folder. This is a folder that I set up a little bit ago called the 5-Star Anim Pack. That's just what I called it. Oh yeah, it'll look like this. And I have a few things set up for you guys. This is the Blender rigs. This is basically what you're going to be animating with. Code Walker. Really, the only thing you're going to need is this RPF Explorer. Everything else is just here if you need it. Finished animations. Now, I made this simply just for you, for organizing. If you finish an emote or a pose, you can drop them in one of these folders here. So, I mean, that's just fully up to you. Here's an installation of Blender 4.0, which in my experience, the same thing goes for Solemn's Legacy. These are the most unproblematic versions, you know, of this plugin and this software for this specific thing. Anytime I've ever used the newer versions of Solemn's or Blender for this, I don't know what it is, but I just run into problems. So I just put them in here for you to use. Also, I just want to say I did not create these rigs. I just set them up in this folder. The person that made these rigs is MVP Mods. I have them credited here. So I just want to make that clear. I'm not taking credit for the rigs. I did not make them. So once you download the pack and open up the male or female rig, first thing I like to do is just come here to output and set the frame rate to 60. I like to extend the end here, just, you know, automatically. So, I mean, because likely if you're making an animation, it's more than likely going to be longer than 90 frames, but I mean, I could be wrong, just depends. Once you do that, come over here to new, click on it, and you can name this whatever. This is not the official animation name. This is a temporary name, so you can name it like whatever your character name is. So for this, I'll just do Dawson IK. Now we can get started. So I'm just going to go about this kind of just assuming you know the basics around Blender. So I'm just going to kind of do my thing and you can do your thing. So I'm going to start with doing an actual animation, and then after this, I'll show you how to make poses. I just want to get my boy into position. Now, I mean, usually with the official 5-Star Films animations, I spend a lot more time setting them up. Like, meaning I try to get them to look perfect in my eyes before I, you know, start animating or whatever, or before I call the animation done. But I just am making something relatively quick for the sake of the tutorial. So hope you can understand that. For an animation that's like not looping, what I like to do is get him in the starting position, hit A to select all the control shapes, I guess. I'm not sure what to call them, but hit A, hit I, and then click location and rotation to set a keyframe at frame 0 for every bone. And then do the same thing again at 100 to give yourself some time in game. Because you sometimes, if you have, say, like an animation of someone like talking using just hand gestures, like they're speaking, and you need to sync the mouth and the voices with the body movement and their hand, like if they're talking with their hands, just as an example, I'm just using an example. It's good to give yourself like at least 100 frames of time to kind of like prepare yourself to start playing the voice track or moving the mouth in game before the actual movement starts. So this is 100 frames of no movement, and then the movement will start, just to give yourself a little bit of room when you're filming. So I'm just gonna do something simple, like just gonna look at his hand like that. Oh yeah, turn on auto keying as well. This makes it to where if you move okay, I said I was gonna go about this assuming you know the basics around Blender, but you move any bone, it'll automatically place a keyframe. If you know Blender, then you know you might know that. Who knows? Just gonna look down, kind of like that. I mean, it's very basic. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. There we go. So the head movement's cleaned up. Just a little bit, I guess. Right here. Too quick. So once you have your animation, to export it and get it FiveM/GTA ready, first thing you do is come up here to Game Rig, open it up, and then you'll see Scale, which is the game skeleton. Hit the eye here to make it visible, make the pinpoints, the skeleton visible. You see they're black here. You can click off and then click it again to turn them orange. And then what I do is I just go to object mode, click on them again to make them, I guess, an even brighter orange, and then go back to pose mode to make them this cyan color, which means that they're selected. Once you do that, come up here to edit, menu search, click bake action, and then check visual keying, clear parents, and overwrite current action, and leave all this as is. Hit OK. Then you should see all these keyframes here, and it should work like normal. Now you can actually name it what you want your official animation name to be. So this will be just tutorial anim, like that. And then this is really important. There was no coverage about this online. I had to actually figure this out with my brother who does Blender. You come down here with scale selected, and then you go up to this constraint, and you hold left alt, and then click this eye to disconnect the skeleton from the control rig. If you don't do this, it completely breaks it. And figuring this out was tough because again, this was not online anywhere, and I'm not by any means a Blender master. So you do that, it should work. Now we can export the animation. So come up here. This is where you're going to put your animation name. So you can put whatever you put down here. So I'm going to put tutorial pose, or tutorial anim. Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Tutorial anim. And then you can technically put whatever you want here, but I'm just going to put animation, and then make sure the @ symbol stays intact. Next, we need to install the Solemn's Legacy plugin. So come up here to edit preferences, add-ons, and then install. Now this is an older version. The install button might look a little bit different for you. Go to the 5-star anim pack, and then just double click on Solemn's Legacy, and there you go. Should have it installed. Or if this isn't checked, go ahead and hit the box. Then it should pop up here. Or it should actually have a tab here. Then you click on it, and then it should pop up here. Hit create clip, create animation. Then these will appear here. And sometimes, and I don't know why this happens, but these will sometimes go all the way down here. And then there'll be a duplicate of these, the animation and clip that you made. There'll be duplicates up here that are grayed out. Now, again, I don't know why that happens, but the way to get around it is to, if there's animation and clip down here, and there's a grayed out version of animation and clip up here, you just drag animation and then drag it over the top of the grayed out one. And then same goes for the clip. That's only if that happens. It might not happen to you, but it happens to me almost every time. With these, you want to name them your animation name. So tutorial anim. After whatever your animation name is, do _anim. You can copy that to make your life easier. And then for clips, you're basically going to do the same thing, but instead of anim, you're going to put clip. Like that. You want to copy the name of tutorial anim _anim, or whatever your animation name is. Paste it in hash. Set the frame count to your actual frame count, which is down here. You can copy that and paste it in. And set the base to your actual animation, not the control rig animation. So tutorial anim. Then after that, you can come to clip and do basically the same thing. Copy it, paste it in hash, paste it in name. And then this, you want to divide the frame count by the frame rate. So in my case, it is 60. We're going to do 305 divided by 60. Is this. You just copy the whole thing, paste it in duration. There you go. Click on add new animation link. Set it to your animation right there. And then end frame, set it to your end frame. Like that. And you are good to go. This animation is fully done, fully set up for GTA or FiveM. One thing I would recommend is before you bake it, before you come up here and you hit bake like we did, I would save it before you bake it, and then do not save it after you set up the clip dictionary template here. Because if you save it after you bake it, going back and re-editing, unless there's something I don't know, it doesn't work. I always save it, then I bake it, and I do all the exporting stuff so that if I put the animation in game and I don't like how something looks or I need to reanimate something, I can just open up Blender, reanimate that, and then reset up this process here, and then I got a whole new animation. But once you've done all that, right click here on your clip dictionary template, hit select hierarchy, come up here to file, export, and if you downloaded Solemns, you should see CodeWalker XML. I mean, you had to have downloaded Solemns to get this to work. Make sure selected objects is checked, and then you can go to whatever folder for this. I'm just going to go to the folder that I set up, go to emotes, and hit export CodeWalker. Then you should see it here. Now, at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you how to turn this from an XML to a proper clip dictionary file, because FiveM, and I don't know about GTA, but I know that FiveM will not read an XML file. So you have to convert this, which I will do that after I show you how to make poses. Now, making poses is a fairly similar process, but there are slight differences to this. So to just get started here, you can just begin to move the bones however you please. So I'm just gonna do, once again, something pretty basic. Doesn't really matter. Oh God. Oh man. All right. Well, typically it's I'm not gonna make it look like this, but I'm not gonna waste my time fixing that. It would usually look better in any other instance, but it's a tutorial, so. So once you finish your pose, then you can jump right over here to Game Rig, Scale, make it visible, click it again so it turns orange. Object mode, click them again so they turn into an even brighter orange. Then flip back to pose mode so that they're cyan. Edit, menu search, bake action, visual keying, clear parents, overwrite current action. You don't even have to, don't even touch the end frame. That can stay 90. It'll create all your keyframes here. Then you can name it. So yeah, like there are some differences here. Tutorial pose. And since it's just a pose, you can just copy your name here, flip to object mode, and then set up this template, because you don't need to do any of this other, like you don't have to do the constraint thing because it doesn't matter. Paste it in there. We can do at pose, create animation, create clip. Ah, see, this is what I was talking about. You just click it. So click the icon, drag it over the name, and that's how you do it. Paste the name, underscore anim. Paste the name, underscore clip, copy, paste, frame count, 90, base, tutorial pose, and then clip. Luckily, also, you don't have to do the dividing thing with this either. So copy name, paste, duration, you can just make it 90, add a new animation link, tutorial pose, and then 90 for the end, and you are done. Now you have your pose. Now you can hit select hierarchy just like normal, file, export, CodeWalker XML, go to pose folder, selected objects, export. Once you have your animation and your pose ready in XML form, you can come here to the CodeWalker folder in the 5-star anim pack, open up RPF Explorer, and then if it comes up and it wants you to find the GTA directory, go ahead and do that. Now, if you have a mods folder in here, that could work too, but I have my own little folder here that I drag my animations in to convert them. So first thing you want to do is hit edit mode, hit yes, and then now you can just drag your animation and your pose in here. So bam, go to your animation, bam, and then you can just drag them back out. Just like that. So you see that there, and then do the same for the pose. Boom. Now you can put these both, say you're using DP emotes or something in FiveM. Not sure what the process is for GTA, but I work in FiveM, so these are ready to be dropped into DP emotes, and then you can just go about this the way that you would put any custom animation in the game. So I hope this helped.